video, I'll be showing you how to solve a quadratic by completing the square. This was going to be a little bit different than my previous example because in this case, a is actually greater than 1. This is in the form of a x squared plus bx plus c. In my last example, a was 1, so this worked out a little bit more cleanly. But in this case, you'll see a is not 1. So in this example, you'll see how that differs. So what I'm going to do first is I want a to be 1. So I'm going to divide everything by 2. And the result is going to be x squared minus 5 over 2x minus 3/2 equals 0. Like in the last example, I'm going to pull my constant term to the other side. So I'll have x squared minus 5 over 2x. Again, like in my last example, I'm going to leave some space. And on this side, I'll have a positive 3/2 because I add the 3/2 to both sides. Next, I'm going to do like what I did before. I'm going to take my middle term, which in this case is negative 5 over 2. I can ignore the negative for this part. So I'm going to do 5/2. And I'm going to divide that by 2. And when I do that, I'm really going to end up multiplying by 1/2. So this actually comes out to be 5 over 4. Just like my last example, I'm going to square this number. And that's going to get me 25 over 16. So I'll add 25 over 16 to both sides. Now, I know a lot of people are scared of fractions, and that's okay. What you have to remember about this side is we've created a perfect square trinomial. So all that you need to remember is that you put x, then you put this sign, and then you put half of this, which was 5 over 4. And that equals 3/2 plus 25 over 16 is going to be 25 over 16 plus 24 over 16. So that's going to get me 29 over 16. I'm sorry, 29. 49 over 16. So that's 49 over 16. Again, I take the square root of both sides. When you take the square root of a quantity squared, you just end up with the quantity. So I get x minus 5 over 4 equals, luckily these are both perfect squares, so I get 7 over 4. But just like in the last example, I need to put the plus minus. Now I'm going to pull my 5 over 4 over. So I end up with 5 over 4 here. Since I've added it to this side, I have in essence canceled it out from this side. So what I've got to figure out now is I have to figure out what negative 7 over 4 plus 5 over 4 is. And I've got to figure out what 7 over 4 plus 5 over 4 is. Okay, so x is equal to both of these answers. This one is going to get me negative 2 over 4, which is going to get me negative 1/2. And this one is going to get me 12 over 4, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. So that is how you solve this quadratic by completing the square.